Do good, Maverico here. Welcome to podcast episode number 130. Mondays don't suck, but maybe your job does. That's the title of today's podcast episode. And for a lot of people, I think it's pretty accurate. There is a lot of books out there talking about what I think is the dream for a lot of people, making money in other ways than being employed in a job. You have The 4-Hour Work Week by Timothy Ferriss. The subtitle, Escape 9 to 5, Live Anywhere, and Join the New Rich. We also have Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Another classic. By the way, the subtitle to Robert Kiyosaki's one is What the Rich Teach Their Kids About Money That the Poor and Middle Class Do Not. I think this is one of the best-selling personal finance books of all time. You have The Millionaire Fast Lane by M.G. DeMarco, or M.J. DeMarco. 7 Strategies for Wealth and Happiness by Jim Rohn. There's also a book titled Quit Your Job or Die by Josh Tolley. I have it someplace, but I think I have misplaced it because I didn't find it. But yeah, a lot of books talking about what is the dream for a lot of people. Freedom from the 9 to 5 rat race. The thing though is that a lot of people, when they escape the 9 to 5 rat race to live a life of freedom, they quickly find themselves in their own little rat race where they are not working 9 to 5, but maybe working like 9 to 9 instead. Because oftentimes people choose the wrong business or the wrong business model, and before they know it, they are kind of trapped working in their business instead of on it, and not really having that much freedom after all. So if that's your dream, to live a life of freedom, choosing the right business model is just tremendously important. There's a lot of opportunities out there, but just keep that in mind. Because oftentimes, the difference between how much money people are making, but also between how much time freedom they have, it's not just about skills. It's definitely important. It's a massive one, but that's not the only one. To take an example from the offline world, there's a lot more people making passive income and making a lot of money and having cash flow, predictable, recurring monthly income, while also increasing their net worth, capital gains as well, in rental real estate compared to restaurants. How many restaurant owners or restaurant investors have passive income and are making a lot of money, becoming multimillionaires? How many? It's extremely few compared to rental real estate investors. Now, why? Is it because restaurant owners are not as intelligent, experienced, skilled as rental real estate investors? Probably not. It's because, one of the main things is because the business model is different. So that's an example from the offline world. When it comes to the online world, in many ways, it's much the same. Of course, it's different, but it still applies. The business model is important. So I think that's just something to really keep in mind when if you want to escape the 9 to 5 rat race and not find yourself in just a new rat race that is just going to continue and continue. It's something to keep in mind. How can I say this without being an expert? It's basically something that I have observed. And the last few weeks, I've been interviewing a bunch of people that are running paid communities that is making at least $10,000 in profit per month. I'm going to interview at least 30 of them for my online education and community platform that I'm building. terrific30.com. At the time of this recording, I've not interviewed all 30 of them yet, but I've interviewed a bunch of them, and it has been mind-boggling, really exciting stuff. Finally, it seems to be a business model, paid communities. It really seems to be a legit business model where actually a bunch of people are running it as a form of semi-passive income. Not everyone. There are some people, I think, that are hustling a lot, but it also seems to be the case that a lot of them out there are running it as a form of semi-passive income. One guy I interviewed a few weeks ago, he actually, these days, he was working less than 4 hours per week and making about 18,000 euros in profit per month. Both he and his friend, they were partners on this paid community in Germany, and they were making 18,000 euros in profit each per month, approximately 18,000. Because these days, they were not running that many workshops because his business partner had some personal problems or how it was, and the guy I interviewed, his mom was sick with cancer these days, so he was spending a lot of time with his mom and helping her out and stuff. So the 4-hour work week, I have the book here. The 4-hour work week, escape 9 to 5, live anywhere, and join the new rich by Timothy Ferriss. It is possible. The dream of freedom is possible. I'm not promoting idleness, just to be clear on that. Hard work is good, laziness is bad. That being said, there is a time and place for passive income or semi-passive income. There is a reason that I'm titling the book, course, and community that I'm turning these 30 interviews of paid community owners. There is a reason that I'm titling it Community Cash Cows. Because a lot of the people that are running these paid communities is basically running them as a kind of cash cow business. So it's exciting stuff. And another really kind of liberating and exciting thing is how quickly many of these people were doing it. From the day they launched their paid community and until they reached like $10,000 in profit per month. Several of them already that I have interviewed so far, several of them did it in like about 2 to 3 months from the day they launched. And I've seen or read about people online that have launched paid communities to well over $10,000 in profit per month in under 30 days even. So it is possible. So maybe you don't have to wait until you are like 67 years old and can retire. Maybe you can build your own paid community and live a life of freedom earlier. Now, of course, if you retire and you receive a retirement payment per month, that's probably going to be pretty much 100% passive income. If you build a paid community, it's not going to be 100% passive income. Probably not. But can it be a form of semi-passive income where you work like maybe 15 hours per week? That's probably possible. There's a bunch of other people doing it. So maybe you can do it too. Another thing to kind of keep in mind is that if you retire at age 67, how much will you earn per month in retirement payments? And when you are 67, how much, if you account for inflation and cost of living, how much will that monthly payment actually be if you kind of look at it in today's dollars, you know? Then you can compare that to a paid community if you're making like $10,000 or more, let's say 5 figures or multiple 5 figures in profit per month. Just imagine the lifestyle that you could kind of squeeze out of something like that, you know, 5 or multiple 5 figures in profit per month. Multiple 5 figures in profit per month. It's not a you're not a multi-millionaire, but at the same time, it's pretty fascinating to think about. There are people out there that are making multiple 5 figures in profit per month, and they're living lifestyles that is a lot better than a lot of multi-millionaires have, you know. In the 4-Hour Workweek, Tim Ferriss talks about what he calls ideal lifestyle design, and it's different things, but roughly explained, it's like design your ideal lifestyle, and especially in 3 categories: what you want to be, what you want to do, and what you want to have. And if you choose like the 2 to 3 most important things in each of those 3 categories, what Tim Ferriss explains is that in his experience, it often costs a lot less than most people think. Oftentimes people think they need to make millions of dollars in order to live their ideal lifestyle. But a lot of the things, if you look at it the way he explains it, the most important 2 or 3 things in the 3 categories of what you want to be, do, and have, oftentimes it requires a lot less than a lot of people think. And that's pretty liberating. So maybe the dream of freedom is closer than what a lot of us oftentimes thinks, you know. And if you have time, income, and location independence, it opens up for a lot of opportunities. Tim Ferriss also talks about a concept that he calls the freedom multiplier, the 4 W's, where you can choose what you want to do, when you want to do it, where you want to do it, and with whom you want to do it. The 4 W's, the freedom multiplier. And if you have time, income, and location independence, maybe with a paid community where you can work online, so you have location independence. And if you're successful at it, so you're making like 5 figures or multiple 5 figures in profit per month, so you have income independence. And if you're doing it in a way where you have a lot of time freedom, which is possible with paid communities, time, income, and location independence, it opens up for a lot of opportunities. So yeah, exciting stuff. Like I said, I'm not an expert at this, but I have interviewed several real life success stories. And I also in addition to the people I've interviewed, I also seen a bunch of people online doing it. So yeah, what one man can do, another man can do. But if you want to learn directly from those real life success stories that I interviewed, you can check out communitycashcows.com. On there, you can also connect with a bunch of other people that are in the process of building their own paid communities as well. So yeah, maybe you should check it out, communitycashcows.com. All right, take care and God bless.